Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, let's start the day. And I'm actually already in a position. It's a small one, a very small one. Pound futures short, actually. Not really used to take a trade pre-London Open, but you know, I was just checking out pound, and I saw these relative equal lows here down there. So I thought, you know, why shouldn't it just, you know, pop through and, you know, do whatever it wants? And it also has some fair value gap on the daily, maybe? Yes, a daily fair value gap down there at 91. You know what? Actually, I should just leave it right there for that daily fair value gap. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna actually do that. I'm gonna bring this down here. So I modified my take profit right there. I'm gonna leave it there, so maybe we can reach the let me put a line here. Hold on, and we go through some charts. Okay, so yeah, should be fine. I'm gonna put this right there, and that's my target on pound. Okay, so daily fair value gap, that's where we're heading to. If this would hit this, I'm going to put an alert right here. So then I would know that I should close the futures trade. Anyway, so I'm in a short, not a big deal, very small position, but the account is looking good. I'm at $157,000, a little bit over actually. So this combined account is looking all right, And I'm only trading this in the London session, and yeah, I know yesterday we finished up somewhere above 156, but after stream, still in London session, I made one more trade. Actually, it was what was it? I don't know. I think it was NQ. It was NQ, but I think I was shorting. Anyway. Let's go over to NQ and let's see what can we expect. Push the like button, guys. You know drill. So let's see what we can expect from the London Open or whatever, you know. For now, what we see is Nasdaq 1 hour chart. Yesterday, pretty much a huge sell-off, I can say, on the 4 hour structure shift. Wasn't really expecting this. I was favoring that 257 level pretty much, but you know, I also told if we break these levels, then we just have to wait for these for some more shorts. What really interesting is that the lowest point of this candle, so this wick right down there, is actually almost to the tick at the consequent encroachment level, at the CE level of this 4 hour bullish fair value gap, or buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, and the turnaround happened right around that area. So the CE level turned this around and sent it up again. And I was stupid because I started to go long. I wanted to catch a falling knife after market open, so I went into 2 or 3 trades, lost them, and I went down negative 30 points after market open. So I managed to scalp it back, but officially I stopped, and it wasn't a good New York session for me. I wanted this one to just, you know, turn around much sooner after taking out the 796 low. it didn't. It just kept dropping, and so it took me out 2 times. I was wrong, and that's it. So I had to stop for yesterday was a short stream on New York. So anyway, today I'm not sure what to expect, honestly, guys. I mean, of course, I have some plans to of what to execute here, but in terms of the hourly, we have the significant low. It can continue to take it out and go down into this area. Let me delete this. And so we have this fair value gap still. Come on, right there. So this fair value gap is still in play from the 4-hour chart, as of the daily as well. So quite interesting. Not sure where this wants to go. I think London Open will tell us. As far as I can see, it pretty much looks like on the 15-minute that it wants to drop. There are some fair value gaps up here, but I don't want to use them for now. There is one more fair value gap on the 15-minute, which is right down here. There you go, from yesterday. So I would say that we have kind of a good chance to hit that one at least, even if it wants to turn around. We have a chance for dropping at least another 10 to 15 points into that gap and then turn around on NQ. So guys, Nasdaq, all right. On the pound, I expect pound to drop into this daily fair value gap down here. I'm not looking for any kind of other setup right now. Maybe a turnaround, but I'm expecting pound to drop more. That's why I'm in a short pound futures. A very small position, as you can see. It's only one contract. If I want this to be meaningful.
Connection lost.
Oh, I lost the connection. Ninja Trader, that is. There you go. So if we want this to be like a real meaningful trade, I would have got in with 3 contracts at least. But this is just a small one. And as we look at gold, after Sunday open and yesterday's sharp drop, we were talking about this in London's session, that I wouldn't be surprised if all that... KRK, hey! What's up, what's up? Good morning, good morning. Everything's cool, man. Let me delete this. So, after yesterday in London, I was talking about... after Sunday open in London session, I was talking about that after this huge spike up there, which we were totally expecting. Of course, we were talking about it here last week. Please drop the like, you know, guys, push those likes. So it was London session right around here, and I said I wouldn't be surprised if they would push it all the way down below these lows to squeeze out all the longs, and they did. Imagine all the long position stop loss says getting hit below this area, below 2030. So that's what they did. They swept those stops. And the question now remains, where do we go next? As it looks like, it a little bit looks like a bearish flag. I'm not trading these kind of patterns, but looks like a bearish flag. It could decline. There is equal lows down there. Hard to tell. Not really taking much care of gold right now. We have to see it make a move right after London Open. Nasdaq, as I said, I would love to see Nasdaq drop down into that 15-minute fair value gap, and then maybe we can decide what to do. Or it can also go up here into this fair value gap on the 5-minute and decide what to do. But there is a daily and 4-hour fair value gap down there for liquidity if it still wants to drop. If not, you know, it can still turn around in this it's just a 15-minute fair value gap right here between 60 and 52. ES pretty much looks bearish as well after yesterday's sell-off. Not looking for a setup. I'm just checking ES in terms of where price could, you know, go, but NQ here, Nasdaq there. Hard to say. London will tell us what to do. My only position is this small one. I do expect pound to go down into that daily fair value gap down there. If I show you guys on the pound, I told you guys I'm gonna trade this account only in London session. I do expect pound to at least tap into this daily fair value gap. So this account I started is over 157,000. This is a combine account, of course, and I'm doing it slowly. The target is 59, and that's it. It's at trader weight. It's not Ninja Trader, which I don't like actually. But you know, no problem. I'm gonna dedicate this account to the stream, and if I manage to take it to the funded account, the funded level, I'm gonna trade this in London session. That's my plan with this account. I'm gonna trade it in the London session. Okay, so pound is dropping, which is good for this future pound futures chart right here. Don't worry guys, I'm not putting anything on here. It's just, this is pound futures. It's a little different chart wise. I mean, it's almost the same, but the candles are not that beautiful. But I put on this trade. I'm not going to put it to break even yet, because we just have to wait for that London Open, which is happening in 25 seconds. Let's just see what Nasdaq wants to do, because I'm really curious. What is that? Is Nasdaq wants to go down into this gap here, or are we just going to do a sharp turnaround? So market opens in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Market open. There you go. London is open for business. And let's see where it wants to go. It can spike up all the way. It doesn't really have to go down into that 15-minute fair value gap. So, and let's check. Pound also spiked up a little bit. We'll see what gold is doing. Gold is just staying put. So gold is dead, basically. It's official. Gold is dead this morning. So we're just watching for NQ and pound, most likely. Maybe they will make a move. We don't really have any news event. Nothing. These are minor news. So everything is clear. It could be a boring session, but you know, who knows. If I look at the 15 minutes, we have a fair value gap up here, right there. So it can go for that as well, or just continue lower. But one thing is for sure, I can guarantee you guys that it's gonna go up or it's gonna go down. That's 100%, guys. All right. So now it decided to go up. Still waiting. Still waiting. Now it's tapping into that 15-minute fair value gap. Is it going to continue to go lower from here? We can check the 5-minute. There's basically nothing here. Only one fair value gap, a little bit higher at 86.50-ish. Nothing else. So not much to expect from this move. Not much to expect from this move, but oh, look at that. The pound just turned around, so my position is in jeopardy right now, which is not a problem. because it's a very small position. But it was looking good. I'm still like I'm still favoring this move to that fair value gap down, but if it, you know, if it wants to skip that, it's completely fine by me. Interestingly, it didn't take out this low here or this low. That's interesting. Anyway, let's check for NQ and let's see what it's doing. I went down to the 1 minute, and I want to check the 500 tick chart as well on NinjaTrader. Nothing. On the left side is the 500 tick chart. Nothing serious. Well, there is a structure shift on NQ, so that's something that we should be watching for. On the right side is the 30-second NQ. Now is a perfect entry on the tick chart, actually, not gonna lie, to go long on NQ. So if anyone wants to go long on NQ, also on the 1 minute, this is the chance. I just don't know. I'm not sure if the sell-off wants to continue. Hard to tell. Hard to tell the bias here. I'm looking at the 1 hour. I mean, going long is not a bad idea actually, but draw on liquidity is, you know what, am I gonna take a long here? Just one. I'm gonna add one more, maybe. Only for 10 points. I would like to take out this high right there. There. There's my target. Draw on liquidity should be right around that corner, and if it's not, then it's not. I'm taking profit right before that. At least it should compensate my pound trade. Oh, I didn't put a stop loss. Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, I don't need to. Wow. Wow. Okay. That was quick, actually. So it took out this high. And I'm not sure where it wants to go now. I mean, this is the 5 minute. I don't see the next significant high would be right around the midnight opening range, and I'm not going to enter that. Yeah, this was easy, but you know, it was only looking good on the 1 minute and also on the 30-second chart, and the only thing that made this happen is the London Open. It was I call it, actually it's official, I call it opening range trade, something like that. I also have the same thing for New York and for London, opening range trade, which means after market opens in the first 15 minutes, price should be going for near liquidity. So it can be a fair value gap, it can be a significant low or a significant high. So market opened up, it immediately started to break higher. Also, it made a structure shift, went down here. I missed my entry here, could have made much more. I missed my entry, but then I looked to the left and I look for some swing points. It can be a significant high, a swing high, of course. So I was looking at this one, which is actually yesterday's significant low, the 796 level. So I said to myself, okay, that can be a scalp. So these trades are considered to be scalp trades. So these are not that official home run trades or whatever you want to call them. These are market opening range trades. So now that it grabbed this high, the question still remains, where does it want to go? I wouldn't hold this trade, that's for sure. I would have closed it in every scenario here, because I don't know if it wants to continue or just wants to go back. Zero to hero. I'm in a long on EU USD. Should I hold? Well, dude, I don't trade this, but I can check it for you if you're in a long. Let me see. Oh, hard to tell. I think it's gonna break lower. Let me see. From yesterday, yeah, it's gonna take out yesterday's low. That's my gut feeling only. It definitely looks like it wants to break lower. Sarvesh is here, and by the way, guys, huge applause for everyone. So zero to hero. Honestly, I would be scared to hold this trade. If you're in a small drawdown, I would just cut it, because only 5 pips away from yesterday's low on euro dollar, and I wouldn't hold this long. I don't like this. I mean, look at that. It's just boom, went down after market open. I think it wants to do a new low, and if you're holding this for a new low, then you're in danger zone. Why? Because we have space to drop here. We can drop to 1.0. Oh yeah, we're very close to the 1.800, dude. We're so close to 1.800. And then if it breaks below, yeah, I mean, it's your decision. You do what you want to do. You know, it's your decision. I would be scared from this long, but you know, it can turn around anytime. Sarvesh, thank you again for asking. I'm doing all right. The account is doing okay. This account is up 157,440 whatever, and we just made a scalp on NQ. So this account is only going to be traded in the London session. So I'm going to dedicate this. I decided that I'm going to dedicate this trade await account to the London session. Oh, let's see. I'm in a short on pound, and you may ask, why the hell am I short? The only reason I'm short, I was short pre-London before the stream started, because there is a fair value gap, a daily buy side and sell side inefficiency on pound. This is the daily pound, which can be seen here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it starts from 2591.1. I'm gonna put some more there, so you guys. So that's a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency that has left untouched for now. So I'm looking pound to drop down into that before it even wants to go further up. So that's what I'm looking for. That's why I'm in the trade. Otherwise, we just made a quick scalp on NQ after market open. So this is pound futures, this chart. That doesn't change the fact that I'm looking at the Forex chart for analysis. Big loss yesterday. I've decided to only trade the 2020 model. Yeah, yesterday I had a losing day as well on New York session on my stream. So maybe not the best time to tell you guys that join my membership. You can find the link below. Yesterday was a full loss for me. I mean, I wasn't stopped out by the broker. I was just down 30 points, and so I stopped trading New York session. I honestly, the thing that happened is I wanted to catch the falling knife after market opened. So market opened here 9:30. Went into somewhere here, I think went into a long on the 500 tick chart. I had no confirmation from the 1 minute or the 30 second, so I was stupid, but the 500 was indicating a nice long, so I went in, turned against me, went down, and I don't even know, somewhere here the 500 tick chart put me again in a trade. Slightly I went into profit, then boom, went lower again. So I was stupid, because I should have known that, you know, I should have waited for the consequent encroachment, which is the mid-level of this 4-hour candle, or the daily candle. Look at that. And guess what? You guys won't going to guess. This low point of yesterday here, this which is yesterday's low right now. So this point, which is at 15,721.25, this is actually the CE level of the daily. Consequent encroachment to the tick almost. And so I was so stupid, I turned off the stream and I was almost hitting my head like, how could I be so stupid? I wasn't paying attention to the consequent encroachment of that huge buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, just a strong level. I should have waited with my longs, especially when I see the second move, a huge drop. And then, you know, after this move, the turnaround was beautiful. This was, I didn't take that trade. So the turnaround was, I was observing it and it went back up beautifully. So the thing I messed up yesterday as well, impatience. Impatience, I wasn't disciplined enough. I wanted to jump in immediately for the second round and it went lower to the consequent encroachment level. So yesterday was a loss for me as well. But this account, I did not trade it yesterday in New York. I only trade this in the London session. Anyway, moving on, onwards to the next one. So this is pound futures. Gold, let's check gold. Gold is dead. Gold is still officially doing nothing. As I was saying, it was quite interesting after Sunday. We were talking about this with you guys in London session that I wouldn't be surprised if they would just push it all the way down to squeeze all the longs. Lots of long positions entered here, many, and most likely here. So this upper quadrant here, I'm guessing a huge amount of long positions trapped, and they were squeezed down all the way here. So where will it go? I have no idea. I have no idea. There is a small fair value gap up here, so it can go there. I'm not sure if I have the balls to take that trade to go along here. And maybe I should have taken it on this one. I'm just scared. I'm just scared from gold right now. Still checking on NQ. NQ is edging higher. It can continue up. Like, for example, look at this sharp drop from this midnight open. Dropped sharply, sharply, sharply. Question remains, is it going to go down? There is a 15-minute fair. Is it going to continue down to this fair value gap and to that 4-hour / daily fair value gap on the downside by BC, that is. By the way, please guys, drop the like button if you can. Thank you so much for the support. Check out my blog, subscribe to the channel, go to tomsabobiz or pip.ninja. There is some links below. There is a private Discord membership. You know, guys. Just subscribe. Some good things are coming, I tell you. We're not stopping. We're never going to stop. Oh, could you give an example of how you trade the 25? It seems that different people have different ways. Well, yeah, why not? Why not? I can give you an example. I'm just thinking, what example should I use? So, trying to use a textbook example from yesterday as well, if I can. So it would be easier to understand. Tup, 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 tup. Looking for an example. Oh, look at pound. Just a second, Sarvish. Look at pound. Okay. Okay. On the 32nd, it looks promising, but the 1 minute is repricing. 1 minute looks good on the pound. I may add one more position to this one. Oh, I don't have to. I already in the position. So let's check one example real quick. The YouTube 2022 model. I'm trying to find something from yesterday. A shoulda but I coulda situation. Trying to find something on the 1 minute. I usually trade on the 30-second and 1 minute as an entry, but I'm looking for significant levels on the 15-minute/5 minute chart. Let me start up my Discord because I have some screenshots there as well. I do have some screenshots, and then I can show you exactly what do we have here. Okay, this was, I'm trying to find a 1 minute entry, which could be a textbook example. Well, maybe this Friday. No, well, maybe. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be this perfect all the time. But you know, for example, this is a textbook example. I mean, maybe not the most perfect looking one, but let's go into that. I'm just gonna mark it because I'm going to forget where we are. Okay, so it was on Friday in London session, for example. London session on the 1 minute. My entry is based on the 1 minute. Let's check what was happening in London session, all right, on Friday. So as you can see, sorry, where the hell am I? This is Thursday. No worries, Sarvish, we're getting there. Okay, okay, here we are. So Friday, this is Friday last week, London session right here. I remember I put the line here to this. This is the 15-minute chart. So I'm using the 15. You can use the 1 hour too. It's not a problem if you go with the 1 hour/15. You choose your own. If I see something significant on the 15, I take it as a green light as well. So the 15-minute chart, price went up and took out this high and went into this 15-minute fair value gap. So checklist number 1. Hold on, I'm gonna. So checklist number 1, significant level like FVG high or low. Yes. So you can check multiple levels, like you can check 4 hour, you know, it's up to you. But if I see the same, because if I see something on the 15-minute, that's enough for me. So this level right there, was on the 15-minute. It can be seen on the 1 hour as well, and it can also be seen on the 5-minute as well. So this was more than enough for me to look at this level, which was, the high was 1999, right? 15,1999. So I said to myself, all right, if London takes it out, even by just one tick, guys, ICT also said it, if price just takes out a significant high or low, or taps into a fair value gap with just one tick, and ICT said it, not me, just one tick, then it changes the algorithm, it changes the macro, it changes the whole situation. So yeah, just trying to think. It changes the whole situation. I'm just thinking. Hold on. Anyway, I wanted to say something. So anyway, so I was looking for sales. I went down to the 15-minute chart, which was sorry, the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart, as you can clearly see, it also took out this level right there. So it was perfect. My entry model is based on the 1 minute. So let me get back here. 1 minute chart right there. And there you have it. I'm going to delete this vertical line. So on the 1 minute chart, you can see that it happened in the London kill zone at 4:34. Market structure shift happened perfectly. That's a market structure shift because this here is a lower candle than this one. And so this candle closed lower. I like the candle closed. I mean, I don't like the wick. If it would only pierced it with the wick, that's invalid for me. But since it closed below this low, the low of this candle, this is, so there you go. Market structure shift. 1 minute slash, this is my model, so 30 second, and close candle, not wick. Okay, so I'm not looking for, technically it's valid, so ICT says the wick is valid, but the stronger signal is the wick, the down close candle. So what happened here after that? As you can see, we are left with a nice fair value gap right there. I'm going to put it a little bit lighter. So a nice fair value gap, and boom, there you go. You could enter anywhere in the upcoming minutes up here. Even if you were hesitating, you could enter in this fair value gap. Now, if this would have been like a huge fair value gap here, ICT says to look for optimal trade entry, which is at least around equilibrium. So you can put a fib tool and search for the midpoint. It's up to you. I'm an impatient person. I'm pretty much impatient. If I see just a small fair value gap, I don't really care measuring with the fib tool. If it immediately taps into the fair value gap, I'm in the trade. My stop would go above this. My stop, let's see, 95. Yeah, I need to have at least 8 or 10 points on Nasdaq, even in the London session. So my stop would be 96, a few points above this, because let's face it, London is a little slow, but Nasdaq can, Nasdaq can move real quick in a second. So my stop would be around 8 or 10 points away. So 1996, my stop would be around 16,004.05, somewhere above here. So risk reward wise, that's where my trade should have been. 1605 risk reward right here. So with the 1 to 2 risk reward, you would have been in the trade at 4:37, and you would be out in less than an hour, 50 minutes. You should have, yeah, it's slow. It's very slow. It's London session, but this is the exact model to enter as I do it. But it's basically the YouTube 2022 model. There you go. And that's how I use it, basically. So that's how I use it. Now there are differences in terms of entering the trades. For example, I'm going to show you yesterday's trade if I can here. So that's how I lost yesterday. These are tick charts. So market structure shift was after market open. As you can see, the time down there, it was 9:35-ish something. Entered on a market structure shift. So again, this chart here is a 500, and you're welcome, Sarvish. This is a 500 tick chart, and just saying that the 30-second did not give me these entries. But yesterday, after market open at 9:35, there was a market structure shift with that line over there. So I entered here, and I was waiting For a small time it was looking good, and then boom, it went down. And after that there was a new low with the new market structure shift. You guys may not see it because I didn't put it there, but this wick here and this body of this candle, it shifted the structure on the 500 tick chart. So I entered again with the smaller stop, which was because this was actually the low, with 10-point stop. So first stop hit me negative 20 points. Second trade entered again. I didn't put the whole screenshot here, but this was a stop loss as well. Price went down all the way, so it took me out negative 30 points on after New York session. As you can see, I was very much emotional because I put on 2 trades in 15 minutes. So the opening range trade didn't work out well, and I did not have confirmation. But let's see another one. Another one from Friday. I think it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. Was it? Yeah. So this was also the 500 tick chart. As you can see, look at that, 930. What was it? 938-ish. Made a structure shift on this candle. Retraced back into this fair value gap. I know you barely can see it, but that was a 1 to 2 scenario. I put my stop here, and then it hit the TP right there. And then I took a short and I closed it break even because I was an idiot. Because the upper portion of this 500 tick chart tapped into a 15-minute fair value gap. So it made a market structure shift with this white candle, with this white line on this wick. Marcus, I entered the short. It went down, then it went back up, and I was an idiot. I started to hesitate, so I closed it down, and after that, boom, it went down. So real interesting. Sometimes, you know, market plays tricks on you. It's a mind game. So New York session sometimes can be very, very, very tricky because it's fast. So maybe we will have okay, now we have a nice possible entry on NQ. Let's check the 5-minute. I like the situation here. Fair value gap. Not the strongest entry, that's for sure. But you know, look at that. Swept some high. Made a new low. Structure shift. The only problem is that we are above the 800. Not sure if I want to take it or not. You know what? I might take it. I don't know. Hesitating because we still have some room. I thought that we're gonna go down into this 15-minute gap. But it was such a strong move from Nasdaq to the upside. It can continue to push it all the way up to this midnight opening range. I'm scared to go short. Not sure, man. Not sure. All right. All right. I'm in. I'm in. It's not a perfect entry, and I'm only taking it. I'm not taking it on my live account. And if this would have been a live funded account, I would have not taken it. But since this is only a challenge account, I'm in it to win it. But it's a risky one. Not the most perfect place to take a trade. I admit that. I'm looking to target this 15-minute fair value gap there. So 98. I like to put my stop a little bit up there. 98. I'm gonna put it to. I'm gonna give more room to it. I'm gonna put it to 11. So buy stop there. It's actually. meeting all the conditions. There's your fair value gap. Market structure shift. I don't really like this trade. I might going to close it. There's the market structure shift. On the 1 minute, took out some highs. And my bias is bearish after yesterday's break, at least to go down to that 15-minute fair value gap. So my target is going to be somewhere above that fair value gap. There you go. That's my target. So that's the trade. Oh man, I have to sleep. I have to sleep more. It's going to be. It can easily spike higher. The only thing I don't like in this trade, and I know if we look at the if we look at this swing, then we are basically around equilibrium, which is dangerous because it can go also high straight up here, reprice, go to more premium array. We are only slightly in a discount. If we look at the day, or if we just look at this PD array for this swing, we are only in a slight discount right now. And if we look at the daily range, we are definitely in a discount. And so prices most likely seek premium. I was just really looking for price to go down and reprice this fair value gap, or maybe tap into yesterday's daily fair value gap. Let's wait and see. If I see something crazy happening here, I might going to close it manually. And pound is still hovering around there. This can be tricky. And let's not forget this fair value gap here on the 15-minute right here. It can be used as an inversion gap, or fair value gap, that is. So as soon as price hits below 92.75, pretty much have to be on alert, because this can be a 15-minute long entry as well. But you know, if I would be using the 15-minute as my entry model, I wouldn't take this trade because it didn't really take out any liquidity. It's inside the range. So it would be an invalid entry for me on the 15-minute. So I'm sticking with the 1 minute and the bigger time frame bias, that we should just, you know, dive into that fair value gap down there. So I'm gonna go down to the 1 minute and see what we're gonna do. If we can hold this trade, it can bring us some really good results. My microphone stand is squeaking. And let's look at pound. Pound is basically at break even. I'm not going to take partials, by the way, because I'm in with one mini contract, so I'm not able to take partials. And by that, I'm not even going to, maybe I'm going to take it to break even. If it goes below 81, I might put it to break even. If it goes below 81, I might put it to break even, since we're in London. Maybe. But it's very careful, guys. Now it tapped into the 15-minute fair value gap. I expected a spike up, but I don't know. As I said, if it would start to move up here, I might consider to close it with a small loss. That's what I'm planning to do. So far, even if I lose this trade, the account is, it looks healthy, so it's gonna be fine. Small loss is perfectly fine. Relatively small loss, that is. Which should be around maximum $200. So now it is reacting to the 15-minute fair value gap as an inversion gap. Question is, was it enough for it to take it higher, or the real deal is still the lower quadrant of this move? But so far it doesn't want to do what it's planned to do. So I was aware of that we have a 15-minute inversion gap down here as well. And also a 5-minute entry, sorry, a 5-minute entry down here. It might gonna go against me real quick. How is pound doing? Oh, pound is going against me. Oh, we did not check the dollar index. The precision with which Nasdaq moves is incredible. Yes, Nasdaq and ES is very, very precise on these levels. It's very precise, very. Forex pairs don't really move with this kind of precision. I mean, they move like 80% the way as it used to react to those levels, but the precision on Nasdaq and ES is sometimes it's fascinating for me. Yesterday, for example, I was fascinated by price action in the during the morning New York morning session, so that was amazing. Well, I don't know if you want to call it silver bullet. I don't know what to call this. You can call it silver bullet, I guess. I just took this trade because my bias was still bearish, and I thought that we were going to have a continuation to the downside. You know, if we're talking about silver bullet, the question, it's only one question you have to ask for yourself. ICT said it as well. Where is the draw on liquidity? That's what you have to ask if you're trading the silver bullet. Where do you think is the draw on liquidity on that 1 hour window? Where do you think the draw is? And I think the draw on liquidity is to the downside. 4 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. session, yes. So this is the 3 to 4 a.m. session. Technically, yes, officially it's called the silver bullet session, but you have to ask for yourself, where is the draw on liquidity? You have to make your decision by your analysis. If you decided by your own analysis where could be the draw on liquidity, then you just have to go to your entry model and execute. That's what you have to do. You have to execute your entry model as soon as you made peace with yourself, with your mind, that all right, I think the draw on liquidity should be here and here. So my personal analysis, which can be wrong, of course, absolutely. In my personal analysis, I think the draw on liquidity remains below here on this 15-minute fair value gap, and maybe down more below. Yeah, I understand 0 to hero. So my understanding, and I might be absolutely wrong here, that we have a draw on liquidity still below here, because right before, not before, but the pre-London session, it did not manage to tap into this 15-minute fair value gap. We had this huge movement down. That was pretty much bearish, but this can be a Judas swing as well. So you know, you have to measure all the possibilities. And as I said, it pretty much can be wrong what I just said. So there was some liquidity taken out. There was a small, very, very small order block-ish thing here on the left. Not that significant on the 1 minute. Doesn't really look that good. We had the structure shift. I saw my entry model right here, which is the YouTube 2022 execution model. So I entered to a short. because I want this to go down here. Now if Nasdaq wants to trade above 810 or 11, where I put my stop loss, then I'm not interested, of course, in the short trade. But we are below 800 still. I'm hoping that this will drop. And yeah, sometimes you may ask where you want to put your stop. And I think the best answer is you should put your stop where you don't want this to see being traded. So if I see Nasdaq trading above 810, then I think we're definitely over with this trade and it will go back to midnight opening range most likely, or just consolidate. So that's where I put my stop. That's why I put my stop there. Of course, I'm always watching for risk reward and stuff like that, of course. So you don't have to be so precise, like I'm putting my stop 1 pip above or 1 point above that swing high because that's where it says so, blah blah blah. No, I think the solution for stop loss or risk management is a little bit wider than that. You have to put your stop loss where you don't want price to be traded, because if you see price being traded at that specific level and it's hurting you and you would feel pain, emotional pain, then you say, all right, I don't want it to be traded there. That's why I'm putting my stop loss there. So I'm giving some more room. I'm not putting my stop right above this high. I'm giving some extra room, a few points for it to decide what it wants to do. But if it trades above 810, that's gonna hurt me. I mean, not really, but you know. And since my take profit is quite alright down here, my risk reward ratio should be still fine with this trade, even if it turns around. But that's what I think. Let's check pound. Pound is almost at break even still. I've noticed that in London session, if Nasdaq trades into a good level and then prints M5F, it gives a beautiful trade. Yeah, it used to. I mean, sometimes it does. Also notice that in London, yeah, well, you know, it's seasonable. I think, Sarvesh, longs or shorts, it's seasonable, and you have to look at the big trends. What kind of a big trend are we in? You know, it depends. But yes, you're right. And also, I've noticed that in London session, it is useless, even with Forex pairs, it's useless to go for 2 or 3 pips or points or whatever, because, you know, if you're lucky, you get one good trade in London session. One good trade, and that's it. Nothing more in London session. So in New York session, you can have 3 to 4 trades in terms of execution model. But in London session, for example, NQ, if you have one good entry, that's fine, because it's slow. Now, I said that I'm going to put it to break even if it trades below 81. I don't really like price action like this, but you know what? I'm going to put it to break even. There you go. Just enough to cover some commission, but because, you know, if it turns around at this point and it goes above this, then I'm also not interested in this trade anymore. I would say that if it breaks above this congestion area where I entered, then it pretty much just heading back to the midnight opening range. So I'm in peace putting my stop to break even now. So this is a free trade for now, and that's it. Yeah. I'm gonna have to take a phone call, I think, or something. I don't know. ES is still down. Pound is down. For now, it looks good. Stop is at break even. And I learned that sometimes it's much better to just hold on to a trade, even if it turns back on you to break even or takes you out, because the risk reward ratio is all that matters, you know. Risk reward ratio, guys, risk reward ratio. So I'm perfectly fine by being wrong 50% of the time. I'm absolutely fine being wrong 50% of the time, but when I'm right, I want to win much more than what I lose. So you have to hold on to the winners, and that's why I'm not closing this one down. If it reverses on me, so be it. Maybe it's not even going to move until the London session ends. So, but this is how it is. I have to go to the bathroom and I have to take a phone call. So I'll be right back. Please drop a like and subscribe to the channel and check my blog and, you know, stuff like that. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I see. It took me out at break even. Alright, alright. So it retraced back up, but I think it happened because of the 5 minute. Yeah, it happened because of the 5 minute. It is what it is. It is what it is. On the 5 minute, actually, it is a perfect entry model. So technically, it could go up higher. It repriced partially this quadrant of this candle. The market structure shift happened here, so I'm quite alright with that trade taking me out. And the pound is going against me, so I'm exiting this trade as well. And yeah. I'm not jumping into this short again. Look at that. That's why I said if it wants to turn back on me, then I most likely is going to continue higher. So I'm not interested in this trade. Pound also, it seems like it wants to go higher. Some bearish order block here and here. Almost not the perfect one. I'm gonna wait with pound. If I'm not sure I want to jump into another trade on pound. So for now, it seems like pound just wants to take out that high at 36, but it's only 6 pips away and risk reward is off. But it seems like it's heading there. NQ is going higher. You took long. I saw it as a classic. Yeah, I mean, on the 5 minute, hey, on the 5 minute chart, it's perfect. On the 5 minute chart, it's a real classy. The only thing that I didn't like it for, well, it's not a big deal actually. I really wanted to see it take out this 15-minute fair value gap. But, you know, it still took out the PM session low and all the Asian session, and we are in discount, so the probabilities are very good on the 5 minute. Yes. Yeah, I see what you say. Okay, all right. Around the M1 start turning. Let's check the M1. Well, in terms of the 1 minute chart, I didn't see anything particular here, but you know, the 5 minute chart is a classic, well, 98% classic entry. Market structure shift, fair value gaps, whatever you want. There you go. 807. It should take out, your TP should be around the midnight opening range, or first TP 28-ish, maybe 30 to take out the high. So basically the high of the swing. Are you looking the same CME chart, or maybe you have a Forex CFD chart, you know? Because there's a Forex CFD chart here. Not sure. Anyway, doesn't really matter. The matter is, I mean, the only thing that matters is that you're in a nice trade. And that's why I was comfortable exiting at break even. I'm actually quite happy about my trade. So on the 5 minute, this can go... You're using fibers. Okay, then you're in a Forex feed. So you're not... if you're in fibers, you are not seeing what I see here. You're seeing almost the same, but the price is a little bit different. You're looking at a CFD chart, yeah. Almost the same. 95% the same, basically. Price is a little bit different, but... I'm looking at the CME chart, futures chart. So anyway, this should go to the midnight range, 827. If you're looking at the CFD chart, you should go around almost 800. So as you can see on the CFDs, it's around 795. I would be taking profit inside. I mean, first TP would be inside this congestion area. in 794.95 ish. If you're on the CME chart, I would be taking profit at 27.28 at the first portion if you're not taking the full position. For a risk reward ratio, if I would have entered here because I'm impatient, let's just go with the optimal trade entry somewhere here. Just eyeballing it. Stop loss is here, TP is here. That's still almost, the 1 to 2 would be up here. So you can take a partial somewhere here. Yeah, that's cool. It's a nice 5-minute trade there. What else do we have? Look at this tricky pound. Now the pound has repriced. You closed it already. 2R. 2R. Oh my god. Applause for Sarvesh. Congratulations there. I'm looking the pound again if it wants to continue lower. 15-minute fair value gap. Not sure I want to take it, but well, technically an entry on the 30-second chart, but you know, with Forex pairs, I'm not going with the 30-second. I go with the 1 minute. If I see a fair value gap, I would like to see some more structure here. But so far, nothing. It repriced the 15-minute gap. And now it seems like it may want to drop. So if it wants to drop, my target would be definitely that daily gap down there. That's what I use. I would use. You think it's gonna go down? Swept the M5 high and it's inside H1 FVG. How am I? Hey, if it starts pushing down, it could be interesting. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right, man. KRK, thank you so much for the question. Doing all right. Secured another payment from TopStep. So, although yesterday was a negative day in the New York session for me, or negative session, sorry, but this account is up still. 157. Today I made $156 on it, but getting near to the 59 on this challenge account. Yesterday I lost 31 points in New York, so I stopped. I had to stop. I needed to stop. So yeah, I took out the 5 minute. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, another one. It wasn't a big one, actually. It was only almost $800. But as I said, I'm only living from this, so that's still good. I will be looking for to take out at least one more payout in December if I can from TopStep, and then Christmas would be just all right. It's actually all right now as it is. So, but. It would be nice. We still have time to trade until the 22. I'm going to be in the markets until the 22. Christmas is 24 Sunday. And the week of 25, 26, I'm not going to trade, but I'll try to stream on 27, 28, 29 maybe. Maybe we're going to do some backtesting or some demo trading or whatever, you know, just to keep the spirit alive. But I'm gonna be skipping the last week in live trading because it's just useless. It's gonna be flat. But we can still do some backtesting sessions, and I think that would be great. Some backtesting stream. Okay, look at this. Pound. Yeah. If it would make a structure shift to the downside, I would be interested to jump into a short on pound. That would be really interesting for me. But we have to wait for that. Let's look at gold. Oh, as we expected, gold is officially... Oh, look at that. What is gold doing? Did we have a trade on here? Yeah, I think we did. So there was a trade here, I think, on gold that we missed. Not really. It wasn't that good. I think it's gonna go down below 30 or 28 swing lows here to be taken out. Nothing on gold that interests me, although it did take out the Asia highs here, so there might have been an entry. We'll see. We'll see. I guess we have to wait for that. No structure shift. This week has it made it impossible. I think there was an entry up here. If we zoom it out really on the 32nd, then there was an entry. So this is a classic YouTube 2022 entry, by the way, guys, on pound, but only on the 30-second chart. Right here is the entry. There's the entry right there. Boom. YouTube 2022 classic model, 15-minute fair value gap, repriced completely, market structure shift. Market structure shift right there. Oh, come on. Market structure shift, fair value gap, boom. There is a classic YouTube 2022 entry right there on pound. Let's see the risk reward. Entry here, stop loss. Stop loss would be tight here. And 1 to 2 risk reward would be blah 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 blah, somewhere down here. There. That's the entry. But this is only on the 30-second chart, so yeah. But that's a classic one. A real classic one. Okay. Overall, I still think it's gonna go down. Tap into that liquidity. Should go down there. But the thing is that it doesn't really have... on the 5-minute it could... Look at all these wicks, by the way. It's interesting. Look at that. Blah, blah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. How so many wicks. This level is quite strong down here. This is a 5-minute level. Wow. Look at that. Both of these wicks held up here. This fair value gap has been left untouched. That is quite interesting, I think. NQ is still there. Gold took out that low that we were talking about. Pound is up there still. Let's see. Yeah. Now this could be a market structure shift on the 1 minute on pound, and maybe it will break lower. I'm looking for that. NQ is going higher. I think there's not really much to do here. I'm just gonna wait for pound if it wants to break lower. I might take futures, pound futures short then, but it doesn't seem like it wants to. It's a bullish order block as well, not a perfect one. So look at that, wicked out this low, and now we need another structure. That's useless. Nasdaq for now, I think the draw on liquidity is definitely up on Nasdaq. Should be going up for these highs. 0928, repricing that. There is one high here at 14. It should take that out. Might be ideal to jump into a buy, which I did. Okay, I might going to regret this, but I'm willing to lose about 10 to 15 points on this trade. It's not a classic entry model. There is a fair value gap, of course, on the 1 minute right here. There's a fair value gap, but I'm looking for price to take out this swing high at 14. My entry is off, of course. I should have entered somewhere down here. And if it takes out 14, then I will be looking for price to go into daily premium, which would be around, well, it should be around above 23, 25, yeah. Or use these lows as a TP at 22. Yeah, for a good 12 or 14 points. I thought that it's going to take out the 14 right here, 14.50. If not, I'm just going to close it and call it a session. Oh no. I thought it's going to continue to take out this high. Come on. Man, is boring. This is boring. As it should be. Okay, now pound actually did a nice structure there. If it breaks lower, I might even close my NQ trade if it would show us a nice break. This NQ, come on. I'm gonna put a stop loss here. But I think I might just close it. Yeah. No, not yet. Pound is still there. Let's look at pound on the 5 minute. It's pretty much wicked out. Look at all these wicks here. What do we see on the 1 hour? Nothing. basically we're stuck here. I'm just chasing price. What the hell am I doing? Alright, I'm closing it. Alright guys, break even for the day. I made $42. Yeah. At least the account is still up. I'm not taking more trades. It's just boring. It's just super boring. I'm tired actually. It's just so... Price action is dead. Alright guys, thank you so much for being here. Please drop those likes and check out my private Discord membership. I stream in the afternoon New York session. I mean, for me it's afternoon, but the New York morning I stream it there to my Discord members. And there's lots of stuff there. Go to my blog, tomsabobiz. There's some links below to the Discord. Stuff like that. So I'm not trading this London session anymore. I mean today, because it's just dead. So guys, have a great day. It was great to see everyone. Thank you so much for being here and for chatting with me, and support the stream. Subscribe to the channel, and see you guys tomorrow morning at least. All right. Cheers everyone.